Welcome into the Washed Up Walk-Ons podcast. Another episode. It's just Kevin Ward and myself tonight. So we're going to do an hour's worth of Clash of Clans strategy talk.
Now, I've been dying to bring this up. You got to get off the Electro Dragons at some point.
What?
Yeah, man. You're settling for 2 stars.
I don't know if I have enough time to research and like really understand how to 3-star the number ones of other clans.
Other number ones can 3-star you. We need you as our number 1 to start 3.
We got to have our best players playing our best.
Best players got to start playing their best.
Fuck, man. All right, that's accountability right there.
Yeah,
I respect that. I'll look into it. New Town Hall 16, by the way.
Yeah, you're probably not that far off from that, are you?
I was really hoping I got a little bit more time because I was making some heavy progress on Town Hall 15. People are like, "What are they talking about right now?" Oh shit!
I fully sanction going another 48 minutes of this.
Well, for those that don't know, everyone probably has a game that they play on their phone. For my wife, it is Property Bro. No, it's similar. It's basically Candy Crush. It's the exact same game. It's just branded under like Property Brothers, like home renovation or something. It's named something like that.
And it's a Candy Crush game?
Yeah, so you win a level, you get so many coins, and then those coins allow you to like buy a new rug for the house. And then you have like 3 options for a rug, and then you work through a house and you eventually renovate the entire house. It's like she's on level. They make levels for her. She's on level 26,000.
Bro, what?
That is not a joke.
How long has she been playing this?
I mean, probably since we moved in together, 6 years.
That's when she started?
Yeah.
And you said she's on level
26,000 something. Yeah.
So let's see. 365 times 6 is she's doing over 10 a day.
Yeah.
Right. Good for her. Good for her.
She plays in the car. Anyway, everyone's got their game, right?
I would love to see the hours logged on Clash of Clans for us. I mean, it's over a decade now. Nope.
No,
not quite.
We are right at a decade coming up here in
the next 2 months. It'll be like a decade
in about a month.
Yeah.
So it's a decade ago. Kevin and I are little freshmen running around Iowa City
Storms.
Hillcrest, the Iowa City CAM bus system. We're trying to figure out where our classes are. Where's McBride, right? Where's Van Allen? How do I get to where do I park my moped if I want to go? Do I have to park at the chemistry building and walk all the way? All the things that we're figuring out as young little naive freshmen.
Just turned 19.
Just barely 19. And a game called Clash of Clans hits the scene. I think it had technically been around for...
It'd been around for a handful of months.
I want to say since the summer.
They did a heavy TV commercial campaign.
Yes.
And I was like, I finally caved in. I'll check this out. Whatever.
So we start playing. And I want to say, as far as phone games go, it is now one of the, if not the top grossing phone game of all time.
Money-wise?
Yeah.
I mean, they've done a great job. I mean, it's 10 years later and people are still playing it pretty heavily.
I'm still extremely invested.
I mean, they have competitive leagues too.
Dude, unreal. So anyway, Kevin and I have been playing for almost 10 years, and we're you're in a clan. So you have a little, squad that you can go and fight other clans with. And our clan is exclusively just like Iowa athletes /
a couple NFL guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. My boss is in there.
And your boss, who's like randomly good as fuck at the game.
Oh, well, he started back when same time we started.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit older than us, obviously. And he was doing what I do currently now. And a lot of what we do is just waiting around for cases to start at the hospital now.
Mm.
Yeah. You know, you get told the cases at this time gets delayed. So there's some times where you just have a whole lot of time on your hands and you're just scrolling through your phone. He took that time and he went to work on Clash of Clans.
What's the longest you've ever sat there and waited for a surgery to happen?
Oh, long time.
Like hours?
Oh yeah.
And you're just like you can't go
Yeah.
anywhere because
Yeah, nothing you can do about it.
so in that specific instance you're just chilling.
You try to find ways to be productive, but eventually there's only so much you can do.
Wow. Interesting. Anyway, you can search Clash of Clans Kansas City Royals. There's articles about how it almost ruined their World Series run in 2015 because all of their players were spending way too much time on it. Kevin and I in that same year, I believe the summer of 15, maybe it was the summer of 14.
Yeah, are you talking about the
Our heavy summer.
Yeah, probably 14.
Okay. We would come home from workouts in the summer and we would just sit there. TV would be on, or maybe not even, and we would just be on our phones for 90 minutes to 2
Because we
hours.
were still low level town halls at that point. So like
Mm.
you could attack and like
Yeah.
replenish your army in like 15 minutes. So it's just like you're constantly attacking versus
And all the
now it
buildings
takes
and
like an hour.
yeah, all the buildings and weapons you're trying to upgrade were cheap too.
Yeah, you could get like an upgrade a day. So it was like pretty engaging versus now like an
No.
upgrade takes 2 weeks, takes an hour and 15 minutes for your army to get back up and running. So
Takes an hour to raid for as much to buy a one wall.
yeah.
I remember when I said I was never upgrading walls again.
Dude, we got to walls number 9 or 10, I think it was, and we're just like, no more walls. We're done with walls.
Fuck it, we're done. I'm never doing them again.
And I stuck with that for a while until I accidentally upgraded one and like, oh shit, now I gotta do all of them.
The best wall, in my opinion, were the black ones with the skulls on top.
8?
Yeah. Or the all gold block, which I think was 9. I don't know.
No, I think it was actually earlier than that.
I want to extend this conversation 2 more minutes so that we can say we talked about Clash for 10 minutes of this podcast. I'll preface everybody and say, go to the 10-minute mark if you truly, truly don't want to beat your brains in. Anyway, very important stuff going on in Clash of Clans around Christmas time, because something that happens on your Clash of Clans little landscape, your base, is debris shows up. Logs, trees, groves of bushes. You have to clear those so that you can make room for your buildings. But around Christmas time and other special events, Christmas trees show up. And every year there's a different Christmas tree, an exclusive Christmas tree. And I actually think I'm missing one, which really hurts me. But I have, I think, 9 of 10 Christmas trees from the last 10 Christmases.
I think I used to clear them all, and then I started keeping them around.
Yeah.
I also keep like the Halloween item. I
Mhm.
keep like any special item comes up, I keep it. So I've got all
Oh, yeah.
the anniversary
I've
cakes.
got the Chinese New Year balloon that
Yeah,
came around.
yeah. I got one of those as well. And then what else? So we got a spooky tree for Halloween.
Yep. We're such fucking nerds. Well, here's the deal though, right? Like in most young guys' life, video games is usually an important component during middle school, maybe a little less in high school, maybe a little less or the same in college. And then when you get a real life and you're 29 and you're the CEO of Stryker, or you're like me and you own 2 mildly below average successful businesses, there's no time for video games anymore. I had a kid. I don't have time to play fucking Fortnite or Minecraft. I wish I did. But
We got to carve out some time to get a little Minecraft session.
I know. But what
But
you
no,
can do,
I've not played traditional video games in a long, long time, like Xbox or anything like that.
yeah. You got to pay for the, the monthly membership. It's just like, yeah. But you could pull out your phone for 5 or 10 minutes and
Sneaking an attack.
Get a couple things done in Clash of Clans. So if anybody's interested, not sponsored, wish we were. Check out Clash of Clans, download it today. You are really behind, but go for it. What's the fattest thing you've ever done? I'm going to ask you that question and then I'll preface it with where this is coming from.
Oh, fattest thing I've ever done.
So yesterday on DHT, patreon.com/washedupwalk-ons, you jump on the bandwagon now. You sign up whatever level. You can still contribute to the donation to the kids, by the way. Patreon.com/washedupwalk-ons. Drake was talking about how his fight, which I don't know if you know, was the guy pulled out.
Oh, I didn't hear that. What the hell?
Like he cannot get a guy to stick for a fight. Anyway, the fight he took was at heavyweight, 265. Because Drake is to the point where he wants to fight someone in a cage, like
Just dying to fight anybody.
just will take any fight.
He's like, I will cut 30 pounds. I will put on 30 pounds.
Yep. And so putting on 30 pounds is what we started talking about. He said his coach started telling him, like, dude, you're going to have to like eat some junky food to put on a little weight for this thing. And so I was like, I thought, I brought up like he has those gut issues, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought you were like clean eating now, trying to stay away from all the sugar because, you can't get your digestive problems under control. And he goes, no, dude, I am a fat piece of shit. I eat like a garbage can. So then we started talking about like what he's been killing lately for food. And I talked about this past weekend when little Kin Diesel had her first birthday party. You know me, I don't really go off on a ton of indulging food anymore. But Kin Diesel had a cake and cupcakes at her party. And on Sunday, when everybody was gone and the cake and cupcakes were still sitting there in the kitchen, I ate half of a cake and the equivalent of probably 5 cupcakes within 4 hours. I mean, I'm telling you, it was probably 2,500 calories worth of cake and frosting. Fattest thing I've done in a long time. So then someone heard, I believe it was Vandermolen is the guy, last name, on Patreon, commented on the DHT video and asked if that's the fattest thing that I've ever done, which got me thinking, that's kind of a good topic. So I ask you again, what is the fattest thing you've ever done?
So 2 things come to mind at 2 different stages of my life. We'll start off with one. It was actually last year for my birthday. Alyssa made me a cake, and very much akin to your last story there. After a lovely 3-course meal that she also cooked me, I proceeded to eat half of this cake.
Yeah.
And when I say half, is probably closer to 60% of this cake in the sitting, just right after dinner.
It's so easy to eat cake, dude.
Oh my God.
You get a fork.
So easy.
Oh.
She makes a great cake too.
And to be honest, cake's not even like a top 5 dessert.
That's a bold take.
It's not top 3 for me.
It should be on top 5. But anyway, yeah, I ate 60% of the cake in one sitting, and then I woke up in bed about 11 o'clock and yacked the whole thing out.
Oh
Alyssa
no!
was not very happy with me, but
oh no!
I was like, "Hey, sorry, the cake was just too delicious." My second thing that comes to mind is senior year.
Okay,
I want to say it's around bowl prep time. Might have been after the bowl game. Maybe I want to say it was around bowl prep time. Do you remember I think it was Miles Taylor kind of led the charge on this, but we like rented out the top of Airliner.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that event, I've had a few, I was of age at the time.
Couple pops,
sodas. We're going home, right? And there's some people in the car that want to go to Pancheros and some people that want to go to McDonald's.
I remember this.
So we stop at Pancheros. I get myself a couple burritos. And then we go across the street to McDonald's, and I get myself a McChicken and a double cheeseburger to make myself a McGangbang. And I'm pretty sure I got McFlurry too. And yeah, I downed all that after a night of indulging in some
You did.
Busch lattes.
You did.
That's probably the fattest thing I ever.
2 burritos, a McChicken, and a McDouble. I don't think you ended up eating all of the McFlurry. I want to say you left like a third of it.
Yeah, that's probably accurate, but still, not only is that probably the fattest thing I ever done, that was about the fattest I ever was in my life. I was sitting close to 230 those days.
230 around our senior year bowl game.
Yeah.
So that's impressive. That probably does have me beat. 2 things come to mind for me as well. I don't think Kinley's birthday cake fiasco is even top 3 for me.
I saw you down about 64 ounces of
that was
Oreo shake in about 30 minutes, which is pretty impressive.
Well, no, it was 6 minutes and 55 seconds.
What the fuck? Was it really?
Yeah, so that is the first one that comes to mind is which was on our Black Card. For those that don't know, Black Card was the in-house app for the football team, not just the football team, but for the athletes where that company would, we would get per diem money. And so they set it up with that company where they would go around and make deals with local businesses. Hey, you get $20 on the card twice a week or something, once a week. And you can come in and you got $20 to use at a certain restaurant. So Which was on that list. And we went to Which one night and we just crushed, obviously. And I would always get the Oreo milkshake. So then we were in conversation about, I was like, I'm dead ass serious. I could drink a gallon. I start making these outrageous claims because me and Bo would always go back and forth about who can eat more ice cream. So we're sitting in the back house and I go, I promise you guys right now that I could drink 1 gallon of Which specifically Oreo milkshake. That might have been a stretch, by the way, after doing what happened. So Drake, Bo, of course, Ike, they're like, there's Kluver, there's no fucking way that you could do that. And I'm like, okay, I will go right now. I'm going to Which. I'm gonna get a half gallon because the big cup was 32 ounces. I'm gonna get 64 ounces of Oreo milkshake, and I am going to show you how easily I could do a half gallon. And I think Ike,
I remember witnessing it, and someone else was timing it. Probably was Drake.
It was Drake. Yeah. Ike was like, Kluver, there's not even a chance you do that in 20 minutes. And I said, you just lost the bet. I think it was $20. And I bring it back. We sit down in the front house. Drake's got me on Snapchat with the timer. He's my official, my Guinness World Record guy. And I smoke 64 ounces of thick, creamy Which Oreo milkshake in 6 minutes and 55 seconds. And I was getting close to full. I could have put a pretty good dent in a third one, though. If I had to, I could have easily finished a third one. Fourth one would have been tough. So that is one of the fattest things I've ever done. The other is during that spring of putting on weight for the NFL, I was green light, go means go. Nothing was out of bounds.
It's like you had to get to 250 no matter what, right?
I was trying to, I was every day I woke up and part of the gig was train, get strong, hone in the snapping, and put on as much weight as you possibly can. Doesn't matter if it's good weight. So we've talked about the chocolate milk. I was drinking a half gallon of chocolate milk every day. No exceptions. That was just the standard. That was the baseline. One day, Lauren had been there this particular day. I think it was a Friday. I had a full Jack's pizza for lunch. Not impressive by any means.
You always put an extra cheese on your pizza.
I would always put about a half
take
bag.
Extra shredded cheese and put it on your frozen pizza.
Yeah, I would take extra mozzarella, like a Kraft bag of mozzarella, spread that on the pizza. So I think calorie-wise, it was somewhere between like 1,500 and 2,000 for that pizza for lunch. I made a box of hamburger helper for dinner, and I think a full box of that is like right around 2,000 calories. And then Lauren and I had gone out to the grocery store that day, and we're like, let's get something for dessert. Like, let's, we're going crazy. I don't care about calories. We don't get to see each other often. Let's have a day, right? So she introduces me at the time to these pre-cut cookie doughs that they sell at Fairway.
Dangerous.
So we bring back this bag. There's like 40 pre-cut cookie doughs in a bag. They're 150 calories a piece. And we weren't going to bake them. We just wanted to eat a couple cookie doughs. I have 4 of them that night. So within a 24-hour span, Jack's Pizza for lunch, hamburger helper box for dinner, cookie dough for dessert. I wake up the next morning. Lauren had to go home. I ate, Kevin, at 10 in the morning, 12 of those cookie doughs. It was one of those like binge, I can't stop. This is full on like I'm down bad right now. So in a matter of, and there was other stuff that I consumed. Again, half gallon of chocolate milk within those 24 hours. I mean, I was easily between 8 and 10,000 calories, not even trying. That's probably second or first, whatever. You guys can determine what the fattest thing is. But
so I just pulled up the Snapchat, and it was not 2 burritos. I had 1 burrito, McChicken, McGriddle. Sorry, a McChicken double cheeseburger, and it was a McGriddle. I wanted a McGriddle. So,
okay.
And it was at 1:25 a.m. in the morning.
Love that.
On December 16th, 2017.
Damn, that's almost to the day. 4 days ago. And you're holding it like it's your child.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 23 minutes of Clash of Clans and pure gluttony. Welcome to the show. Kev, you had a little tweet pop off.
I did?
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Which is, you're a man of few words in the Twitter sphere. And so it's kind of like on here when you talk. By the way, I totally messed this up.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
It's the Christmas season. If you're on YouTube, I just switched the overlay. We got some Christmas lights, some Christmas trees. Merry Christmas. Because this is the Christmas episode. We won't be doing one that comes out on Christmas. Boys are going to be taking that upload day off. Nonetheless, back to Kevin's tweet. Huskers got a big-time commit this week. It is obviously signing day today as we record this on the 20th of December. And the Huskers got the number 1 quarterback in the country, Dylan Raiola. I believe his uncle is on staff at Nebraska and happened to just get a raise. So I don't think anything fishy's going on there. Definitely not.
Of course not.
But he put out this tweet that reads, it's a poem. In the realm of college dreams where purpose takes flight, enter Dylan Raiola, crafting his narrative in the night. Once lured by Georgia, where powerhouse glory gleamed, yet Nebraska's purpose in his heart brightly beamed. In the scarlet and cream, where legacies entwine, Dylan, like Rogers, Rozier, and Crouch, a hero in the line. No longer a cog in some powerhouse machine, but a quarterback with an even grander ambition unseen. So fellow fans await with hope in the air for Dylan to choose his purpose to declare. In a weekend's decision, destiny calls to fulfill his purpose, where a new dynasty enthralls. It's like the fucking night before Christmas around here. These fucking commitment tweets are out of control. There's no way he wrote that for himself, right?
Regardless if he wrote it or not, like
he posted it.
Posting it, it's just as bad.
It's so bad.
It's so fucking bad.
What
would you have thought of say Ike tweeted that before we showed up in Iowa City.
Yeah.
What are your opinions of Ike if say he tweets that?
Well, let's be honest, Kev. If we know how we all were back then, who was the one posting this commitment tweet?
That was you.
It was me. It
That
was
was
definitely me.
1,000,000% you.
But even me, I would have never done that, especially
And
as
I
a
thought
walk.
you were a douchebag even without posting shit like that.
I'm still a douchebag.
No, you are. That's true.
So you quote tweet this. I mean, the tweet, the original tweet that he put up has 10 million views on Twitter. You quote tweeted this along with how many other people? 2,000 other people. And you said, you better win 2 Heismans and a Big Ten title if you're actually going to write this about yourself. And again, I think the whole thing stands, whether you actually wrote it or not. If you're going to post this and it's about you, I think you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the opinion stands there. Like, this is by the way, the kid attended like 5 high schools in 4 years and was committed to Ohio State before being committed to Georgia, before decommitting from Georgia and flipping to Nebraska late. And that is so the track record here is like, this kid's going to be in the portal in 2 years.
We'll see. I mean,
maybe not, but
who knows, man? I don't know anything about how good this kid is. I've not watched a single snap of him play football. I'm sure he is a very good football player.
Sure he is.
And I have no problem with him going to Nebraska. You know, it sounds like he's got like a family legacy there.
Someone tried to come after you, by the way. Did you see that?
No, I've got my notifications muted.
Someone fucking went to ESPN and screenshotted your stats from Iowa.
Hell yeah, baby. I'm proud of them. What is it, 15 tackles?
He said, LMAO, this you? And dude, the walk-on army came to bat for you. They're all like, where's your fucking college football stats, bro? It was pretty funny.
That is funny. Shout out walk-on army.
Seriously.
No, I've got no problem with this kid choosing Nebraska. If you know, you got family ties there. And I can understand being a kid who's like, hey, I understand I can go to Georgia and we can compete for national titles every year, but I want to be part of the rebuilding of this program that I was a fan of. You know?
I respect the decision for sure.
100%. But you want to be part of something, right? You don't want to be, I am your savior, your Messiah.
Right.
You know, comparing yourself to former Heisman winners and legends of the program.
Yeah. Tough look.
That's hi. What are we?
I don't know.
I mean, if I'm the head coach, like, we got to sit down and we have to have a talk about pride and humility a little bit, because you're setting yourself up for failure, right? Like, he may show up on campus and be all that, but if you're not, man, you are setting yourself up for a brutal crash.
And even if you are, dude, like, what do you think the older guys on the team thought about that when they saw it?
I have no idea, man.
The guys on the team who, just like us, Kev, you walk into, you know, you're a big fish at a small pond, right? You walk into Nebraska. It doesn't matter if it's an ass program like Nebraska right now, or I don't give a shit, Wyoming, or you walk into a D1 program, and the reality sets in quickly that the gap between you and everybody else, 99.999% of the time, closed significantly. And oftentimes there's now a gap where you have to make up a lot of ground. You know, actually, my best example of that right now is Iowa State basketball has a 5-star guy named Omaha Billieu, played 2 minutes away over here in Waukee. He's like a McDonald's All-American last year. He's a true freshman this year at Iowa State. And from what I can tell, he's barely gotten any meaningful playing time this year. And it's just because, again, from what I can tell, I could be wrong, but he's just not ready. Like, he just isn't worth it to put in the game right now. He just isn't up to speed. 5-star guy. It's like, it's a different game, brother.
different game. And you're playing against from 16, 17, 18-year-olds in high school to you got some
Men,
23, 24, 25-year-old grown-ass dudes in college now.
grown ass men. Yeah. So that was interesting. And then since you have your notifications muted, you wouldn't know, but yeah, you got some serious play on that tweet. I mean, you had 300,000 views on that tweet.
Oh, we doing numbies?
Yeah, Kev did numbies.
How about it?
Kevy Ward did numbies. Um, again, as I mentioned, it is signing day. So Iowa got a ton of signees today. But we're not going to talk about the scholarship, guys. We're going to shed some light on the walk-ons here. Now, back when Kevin and I
Look at this graphic.
Yeah, back when Kevin and I joined the program, to be honest, I didn't even know if I had a locker or a nameplate the day that I walked in for fall camp in 2013. I'm not joking about that. I was truly curious to know if Coach Morgan, who was my only, and Scott Southmaid, had told anybody else in the program that they had told me I could come. I'm Kev, I'm not joking. I had anxiety that no one was gonna know who I was.
You're just gonna show up like, hey, where do I go? And they're like, who the fuck are you?
Dude, the only thing that finally quelled that was Broad text, or no, it would have been Chick.
It would have been Chick back then, yeah.
Chick texted me the day that we reported, that first day when we went up to the Marriott, had our little freshman lunch. Chick texted me like, hey, well, no, I guess that's not true. When I got my roommate assignment and it was Drake, that's when I knew, okay, I'm actually on the roster.
Dude, they had the roster posted like in like May or something like that of that year.
I wouldn't know. I didn't know where to look for that.
That's how I found out what number I was gonna be. It was
Yeah.
Check the roster. He's like, oh, I guess I'm number 26. Cool.
Awesome.
Cool, I'll take it.
At that point, you didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. If you want to give me number 74, I'll take it. I don't give a shit.
But nowadays they get a little fancy like blinking lights, name and lights graphic over here.
How about it? Hey, shout out to the walk-ons, man. They've come places in this program.
They have. Hart don't have stars, so I don't know how to say the first guy's name. It looks like Cake Rice, but it could be Cacaris or something. Trent Cake Rice. I'm saying Cake Rice. Graham Eben, Kyler Girardi, Grant Glosser, Drew Larson, Cole Marsh, Devin Van Ness, brother of Lucas Van Ness, and Trip Woody. Shout out to the walk-ons, baby.
Shout out to the walk-ons. Welcome to the suck, boys.
Yeah, and odds are one or two of those guys will make a difference here in 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
Let's see. If we're going by historical data, I guess about 60% of them will graduate as a Hawkeye.
Yeah.
One in 4 will get a scholarship.
Yeah, maybe 2 of them. Ooh, that might be. Yeah, I'll give 25% of them a scholarship.
25 to 35% of them will get a scholarship. Yeah, 35 sounds like a lot. I'd say, 1 in 4 will get a scholarship.
Yeah.
And at least one of them will probably be a pretty high impact player.
Yeah. Well, one of them's a kicker. I believe Trip Woody is. Let me confirm that. Yeah, PK. Trip Woody. So, unlike Reese from Australia, who, their scholarship and punters nowadays, especially, Torrey laid the groundwork there. This guy comes in as a walk-on. Sometimes you just got to catch the right year, and he'll probably be in line to earn that kicking scholarship if he proves himself right.
Now, I just had a thought, and I don't know. I don't know what this has looked like the last handful of years, but given the fact that the transfer portal is crazy and guys are moving around rosters across the country every single year, every single offseason.
Yeah.
Would you imagine it's harder as a walk-on to get a scholarship because programs view those open scholarships like freaking gold now?
Yeah.
It's like you can go out and go get a guy instead of, hey, we got empty spots, empty scholarships. We might as well give them to the guys who are
100%, dude. Not only that, but there's this problem will go away. But today I saw they had media today because it was signing day, and Tyler Barnes was interviewed, and he said that most of the work he's done has been to just try and get the 6 guys that have a year to use if they want it to come back. Which, because you still only get 85 scholarships, but now people have these extra years, it's affected those scholarship numbers, right? So now you run into a dilemma where, okay, Jay Higgins can come back. Coop can come back. Who are the other guys? Castro can come back. But are they going to be on scholarship? Because you've offered all these guys that are coming in, and you weren't expecting some of these guys to come back. You're playing the game of, you kind of have to guess in this current era. And so if Coop comes back, you might tell him, hey, you're not going to be on scholarship,
but we'll take care of you.
But the Swarm NIL Collective is going to cover that financial burden.
I mean, what is in-state tuition in Iowa these days?
I mean, it's probably raised. I think when we went, I was paying like 17 or 18.
Okay, so Swarm can give them an extra 20 grand.
Right.
No problem, right?
No problem.
And you don't even have to do that. It's half. You're only there for a semester, right?
Semester, yeah.
It'll be half that.
Now, if I'm Coop, I'm bargaining for more.
Well, if Coop's coming back, they're hooking the guy up, right? I'm just saying to offset the tuition, it's like, it's a rounding error, basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the more and more the collective gains ground, and even like the middle of the road, like guys who play, they're getting decent chunks of chains. Boy, am I fucking jealous, man.
It's a different sport, man, and a different age.
Like, I mean, dude,
when we have almost no connection to what the sport is in its current form.
Almost zero. Almost zero. We
like their experience is like hardly anything like what our experience was like.
Yeah. I mean, all the way down to like camp rules, 2 a day, like tons of stuff. It's crazy. Man, when we got that scholarship, like that scholarship finally hits.
You're getting scholarship check, man. That $1,800 a month. We're like, holy shit! What am I gonna do with all this money?
That $1,800 hits. You're making the equivalent of like $22,000 a year on the scholarship check, and you're like, You're like, oh fuck yeah!
I got money now.
I'm rich, dude. Wait, you're telling me I pay $450 for this rent, and then I'm rich? I eat on the program's dime too. So you're telling me I got $1,300
and I'm walking around money,
and I'm rich?
Feels like it.
That shit did feel like
it. But now it's like standard for guys to be making, obviously their scholarship checks still coming in, and then another 30, 50, some guys hundreds, some guys $250,000, handful of guys $1 million. It's like,
I mean, realistically,
can you imagine college with that much fucking money? I have no idea what you even do. I have no idea what you would do.
Dude, it's so dangerous. Now, for you or me, we would have had a lot of fun. We would have had a max Clash base.
Would have spent at least $1,000.
Oh,
Clash of Clans.
Just, dude. And you and I would have been smart. We would have been setting up like investment accounts to make sure we were still putting a little away. But you and I would have been smart. It wouldn't have probably affected our play or how we acted and stuff like that. But for some people, it does. Dude, I just read an article before I got in here that Arch Manning, as the backup Texas quarterback as a true freshman this past year, made $3.2 million.
Oh, yeah. How do you think they got him to commit there?
Dude, if you just stick, and sure, you got to pay taxes on that. So say he gets, I don't know, 1.8 or 2. Say Arch has $2 million before he's even done with his sophomore year at Texas. Just throw $2 million in the fucking in an index fund, and brother, you're good.
Yeah. If you put $2 million in your index fund for when you're 20 years old, that can just be your retirement. You could let that grow for 50 years and retire off that.
You're good. I'm actually going to pull up the investment calculator on that. That's so stupid. Holy shit. Like
And then you're gonna make your $2 million the next year, and you can just live off what you make until you want to retire.
you're
But
just
you don't
pulling
have to,
interest.
yeah.
So at 20 years old, let's say you're just getting like a 7% return on that.
For 50 years, because you're gonna retire when you're 70.
50. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so stupid.
Let's see, Rule 72. Oh,
Bro, your end balance,
it's gonna double 36 times.
it's $59 million.
There you go. I think you can retire off of that.
You're probably good with 59 million.
At age 70, yeah, I think you're probably okay with that.
Now, granted, like inflation's gonna, value of money is gonna probably half, maybe even
about half, yeah.
so, that 58 million will be worth like today's 30 million. But you could probably
say you live to 100, that's $1 million a year in purchasing power.
God damn. And he has it. He hasn't even he's played a snap for Texas. He hasn't played a meaningful snap for Texas yet. And he has now set himself up for life. Dude,
And his family's already loaded too, but I mean,
You're right. I mean, he could probably just ask Uncle Peyton or Uncle Eli
or his grandpa or
yeah. That's mind-boggling, dude. God, my Jesus Christ, that's unbelievable.
Yep.
Man, wow. Shifting gears, I know we talked about getting that film with Searles.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's locked up.
No, yeah, you sent some inquiries.
I did some digging. I hit up some connects. Shit is locked up like Fort Knox, dude.
Really?
And I don't get it. Because here's the thing. Everybody has everyone's film. It's part of the agreement. In fact, I think 3 years ago, all colleges everywhere came under this agreement of like, someone asks for film, you send it. Like everyone sends film everywhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to say no.
Like, you're not. Yes, correct. You're not allowed.
We want the Iowa game 2015 versus Minnesota film.
You have to give it over.
You send it. Yeah.
It's like, I think whoever I talked to called it like an open exchange policy or something that all the colleges agreed to. So, like, that's the only people it matters to, and they have it. So why would you not? Why would you care? I mean, you're not.
You know what we have to do, right? We got to bring Connor Stallions on payroll, and he will secure it for us.
The walk-ons have to sign Connor Stallions.
We have to.
Holy shit, that's a wild turn of events.
Yeah, the TV copies, they just don't do it justice.
I won't fully out them just for privacy aspect, but you'll understand. I went to Dilly Bar.
I figured, yeah.
And nope, no can do.
Worth a shot.
So the only way, and I even went on Google and I was like, hey, how do you find college all 22 film? Nobody has it. You have to there's dark back end, deep web kind of shit where you have to have connects and then people share it and you can only get 3 games from 4 years ago of 2 or 3 teams. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, oftentimes when you see even the Big Ten Network, man, is they're doing the highlights, they're doing their little spiel off the TV cut.
Yep. Man, we could have such an unbelievable segment. And then another mind boggle, the NFL. You just sign up for NFL Plus, and it's one of the views that you can watch every game in. Every game, of the NFL for any team. It's
What
free.
Cyril say is like $200 a year or something like that?
Not even, I think like $85 a year or something like
Oh
that.
shit.
So if you wanted, so it's just like, how is it such a a contrast in how easy it is to get that film? So I had a thought like, man, if we wanted to add a show, like a film show, we could do NFL film and go around and find all the Hawks.
Yeah.
You know,
We could.
we could find like plays of Kittle and plays of Josie and we could do like Hawkeye breakdowns in the NFL, but it's not the same. Fuck.
And I'm pretty sure if we use TV cuts, like if we put it on YouTube, like we couldn't monetize.
Yeah, we'd
it.
get censored or like we'd have a copyright strike.
Yeah. Oh, Ken Diesel.
Lauren made these little cutouts of like pictures with party hats for her birthday.
That's
How
funny
cute
as
is
hell.
Is that not my kid or what?
That's a clover.
Pretty great. What do we got here? You want to talk Christmas?
Yeah. Merry Christmas, buddy.
You too. Did you get that Venmo gift I sent you?
Yeah, that I'm gonna send to Uncle Sam.
Correct.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much this year. You might get to keep a little bit of it. Last year we did top 5 Christmas movies. We didn't even decide on a top 5 this year. Grant's not here. We didn't even mention that. Grant, hope you're all right. He said he couldn't be here tonight. He is on that college kid break right now.
Yeah. Fully deserved break.
I'm not even sure we're gonna do a top 5. We can mention some of our favorite Christmas traditions if you want.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll say one of mine is going back to being fat. I'm a big fan of eggnog.
Oh, dude. I love eggnog, but I always also me going back to being fat, I always drink way too much of it.
Yep.
And then that stuff's thick.
It is Kelowna. Well, speaking of, Kelowna has their own eggnog. Shout out to the Kelowna Creamery.
Well, Kelowna sells their chocolate milk in Hy-Vee now, and I made the mistake of finding that aisle. So that's a staple in my grocery cart.
You
now.
ruined your life finding that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to make the mistake of finding where they put the damn eggnog now.
Kevin's gonna need a promotion because he found Kelowna at Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
The eggnog's a big one. I think it should be an all-year thing. I love eggnog. Now, do you drink it with alcohol? Do you put the alcohol in it?
No,
I don't either.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Just
Somebody I
the way
saw a funny meme the other day. It's like, you know what? I love getting fucked up, but you know what would make this better? If I had about 800 calories of dairy sloshing around in my belly with it.
What even is eggnog? Is there like it's like egg whites like mixed in dairy or what is it? I don't even know, but it's delicious.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. What is eggnog? This is why we need Gary. Today, eggnog is usually made of some combination of eggs, sugar, milk, cream, nutmeg, and sometimes booze. What a delicious combination.
Yeah, get a shake in you, huh?
Get a little nog in you.
I do love eggnog. You know, and maybe it's fitting that we only have it, so we can enjoy it a little bit more.
You're
around
right.
Christmas time.
You're right. Do you like decorating for Christmas? Like, you didn't put up lights did you?
Oh yeah, there's lights outside.
Oh, you got lights?
I got lights. I mean, they're not great, but
Sure. Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, my neighbor across the street has put me to shame, but you know.
Yeah, there's a couple neighborhoods out here that are just like, is this all do you have a job just so you can decorate around Christmas time? It's nuts what some of these people do. Lauren's got the aesthetic in the house looking very nice. You know, we have our Christmas tree. We've got all the little, things that go up on the shelves. Normal stuff gets taken off. Christmas trees, little reindeers get put up, all the fun stuff. But we don't have any lights. We're also in a townhouse. Once we get into a real house,
all the little knickknacks and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you remember at Benton? What was one of the rules of the house?
Christmas tree stays up all year.
Christmas tree stays up all year. You just light it in December.
Yeah. But it's up all year.
It's up all year.
Yeah. That's funny that I remember that.
I think we gave that Christmas tree to Kerner, I want to say.
That's a good place to
I
put
wonder what
it.
he's doing with it. Wonder he's still at-
There were some good house rules at Benton. The Christmas cookies, obviously, a great tradition.
Are you a gingerbread fan?
I like gingerbread. Yeah, we don't. I don't have a lot of gingerbread cookies because we don't make them. We just make like plain old, like the Lauren's great grandma's sugar cookies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And her family doesn't make gingerbread. My family doesn't make gingerbread. But if there's a gingerbread cookie, you bet your ass I'll eat it.
So gingerbread cookies, I feel like, is one of the cookies that you can't overcook.
Yeah, too
Like
dry.
you can do like a kind of a crispier chocolate chip cookie if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a gingerbread cookie, to fully enjoy it, you have to slightly leave it a little soft.
There needs to be a little softness.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Obviously, Christmas movies firing those up around the holidays. I still don't think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It just happens at Christmas time.
Thank you.
Fight Me. What are some of the other ones? I guess I was gonna, when I thought about like, what if we do a top 5 tonight? I was trying to brainstorm for this episode. I thought like sledding and like snow fort making, but those aren't necessarily like Christmas. They're just like winter.
Yeah, and I mean, as a kid, one of like the funnest things you can.
It's the most fun thing.
Yeah, when you have a whole neighborhood snowball fight,
awesome. Building forts. Snowplow used to come by, and
oh yeah,
it would pile up right on the corners
mm-hmm.
because you would scoop the driveway after they shoveled. So you just have this massive pile on the 2 corners of the driveway, and you could dig out like a hut, a little igloo.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my brothers, all 3 of us, used to be able to fit in the igloos that we would build. Oh my God. I mean,
so at my old house, there was like kind of like an island in the middle of our driveway, and all the snow kind of got pushed into that island.
Yes.
So it was like a big round, and I would make snow tunnels in there. You can just go crawling around for days.
Yes. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's my favorite time of year.
Winters, Christmas time?
Christmas time is my favorite time of year, man. I mean, presents, I love presents.
Now you're a father now. Do you prefer giving presents or receiving presents?
No, I like getting presents.
I bet you do.
I'm an asshole.
That fits for you.
Yeah, it does. I will say this: as I've gotten a little softer, I've fully matured. I'm now a father. I definitely do have a lot more of a soft interior. I do each and every year enjoy giving more. It feels good when you get, I don't know why, but it feels good when you give something to somebody, they open it up and they like genuinely are like, oh my God, like this is awesome. So it's good stuff. That's about all I got. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry fucking Christmas. I didn't even bring up the one question that I was going to bring up today from the Discord.
Is it a juicy one?
It was kind of a juicy one. There was a couple Cheeto fingers lurking in a conversation that kind of succeeded this. But the question was essentially in KF's most recent press conference when he was asked about filling the new OC job. I think he was saying we need somebody, we're going to find somebody who understands and respects the program, respects how we do things around here, and is and respects complimentary football. And so fans, of course, you can imagine where they took that one. They're like, complimentary football? That means 3 phases. We haven't had an offense since fucking 2002. And so somebody in the Discord was like, what? I believe they asked the question, why does Kirk buy so heavily into defense and special teams over offense? And what does complimentary football mean to him in our eyes? But we'll leave that for another podcast.
All right.
We'll dive into that later. Thank you guys for joining us. Patreon.com/washedupwalk-ons for more fun DHT content, kind of like the first 23 minutes of today's podcast. And we hope you get everything from Santa. Hopefully some washed up walk-ons gear being passed around in that big old present bag that Santa's bringing down the chimney. Eat some cookies, drink a little nog, take some time off, enjoy yourself.
Tweet at us. What's the fattest thing that you've ever done?
Yeah, what's the fattest you've ever been? Great one, Kev. Until next time. Peace.